गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नो दिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्रयवतो गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः तच्छञ्जोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजम् शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. I want to listen to you. Huh? The battery charger. Somebody has an iPhone charger. Don't. That's fine. Side up. That's okay. That's okay. I'll manage. He's got it in the car. Okay. One more time. Tacham Yoran. Everybody. Om Tacham Yoravinimahe Gatum Yajnaya Gatum Yajnapataye Daivi Swastirastu Naha Swastirmanushebhyaha Urdhvam Jigatu Beshajam Shanno Astu Dvipade Sham Chatushpade Sham Chatushpade Sham Chatushpade. One more time. Om Tacham Yoravinimahe Gatum Yajnaya Gatum Yajnapataye Daivi Swastirastu Naha Swastirmanushebhyaha Urdhvam Jigatu Beshajam Shanno Astu Dvipade Sham Chatushpade. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha. Everybody chanting, no? Huh? Anybody shying away? Okay. Sahasrasirsha Purushaha. Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva Sabhumim विश्वतो वृत्वा
स भूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा स भूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा
अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलम्
अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलम् अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलम्
अत्यतिष्ठद् दशाङ्गुलम् अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलम्
अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलम्
तिष्ठत् not tishtyat. Is it written tishtyat? Atyatishtat. Tishtat means seated. Atyatishtat dashangulam becomes atyatishtat dashangulam. Atyatishtat dashangulam. How beautiful breathing exercise for all of you early in the morning, because all the frog throats have to clear. Because if you start the day with only chanting this mantra, voice won't come out. If you have already woken up early in the morning, then your Omkaram, Gayatri mantra, meditation and Suprabhatam, then the voice will be ready for Veda chanting. Otherwise it won't be. Otherwise the voice will be like a frog throat. So good morning everybody. Please chant properly. Atyatishtat dashangulam.
Atyatishtat dashangulam. Atyatishtat dashangulam.
Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha.
Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha. Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha.
Sahasraksha Sahasrapad.
Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. Sahasraksha Sahasrapad.
Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva.
Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva. Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva.
Atyatishtat dashangulam.
Atyatishtat dashangulam. Atyatishtat dashangulam.
I chant the whole mantra and you say the whole thing. Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha. Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva. Atyatishtat dashangulam.
Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha. Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva. Atyatishtat dashangulam. Om Sahasrasirsha Purushaha. Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. Sabhumim Vishvato Vrutva. Atyatishtat dashangulam.
This Purush Suktam is one of the most important Vedic hymns. It's the most auspicious one, and that is chanted very commonly everywhere. In any temple, in any home, any place, this is the most, one of the most supreme hymns. Why it is very supreme hymn is because it contains all the three components of the Vedas. Veda is fundamentally divided into three parts. All the Vedas, all the four Vedas are divided into three parts. It's called Samhita, Brahmana and Aranyaka. Very simply put, Samhita means prayers. Samhita means Samyak Hita. What is collective prayers for the peace of the world. Samhita. Brahmana means all the rituals that are associated with the yajna are described. How to conduct the yajna is described. It's called Brahmana. And then Aranyaka is the fundamental essence of Sanatana Dharma, a way of life of a human being. These three are the most important aspect of the Vedas, what the Vedas basically give. The collective prayer is described in this Purusha Suktam. The description of how a yaga is conducted and the details of how a yaga or a yajna, sacrificial fire, is described in this hymn. And also it contains the fundamental essence of a way of life of a human being. How it should be conducted is also described in this mantra. And therefore, this hymn has all these three beautiful components. The first part, what we are describing right now, the first few mantras, are about who is this supreme being. Fundamentally, we have to believe. I was listening to NPR the other day, a quantum physicist, Professor Goswami. Please listen if you get a chance, because it was very phenomenal. He was describing how quantum physics now is recognizing this same concept called Purusha. Purusha does not mean a human man. Ye to chodne ka hai. There is nothing called that. There is only one Purusha. The rest are all. Yeah. What is that one Purusha? When we say there is only one Purusha, what it means is there is only one being. Whether it is a man, woman, cat, dog, animal, elephant, whatever you may take, everything that has Chaitanya in it, the conscience associated with it, that's a being, the be aspect of it. Now, the being is only one. The rest of it is all divided according to classification. How is the being one and the rest are different? Because from the being came everything. And that being you can refer to as Purusha. Understand? Being is Purusha. And the one that is also not being is also Purusha. Because Chaitanya and Achaitanya means the one that has kinetic energy and potential energy, both are the Purusha together, the being in it. Because why? Even the non-animate ones have a being associated with them. But in those non-animate things, the being is basically latent. And in the ones that has the conscience expressed, in which it is the patent, is the one that has the life in it, right? Even that has conscience associated. Understand? We cannot think that only humans have, even the wood has Chaitanya associated with it. Everything has the Chaitanya, but in this wood, the Chaitanya or the conscience is latent, it's not expressed. But in the others it is expressed, therefore you are able to move, you are able to react, etc. Right? You understand the concept. Is it too heavy? Yes, Nitin? You are following this, right? The way you laugh tells me that you are, right? Thinking. Are you thinking or sinking? Huh? So now, when we talk about what that means is, there is only one thing. That's the supreme consciousness. Only one thing called the supreme consciousness. And that supreme consciousness is in everything. We all say everything is Brahman. But that is incorrect statement. Brahman is everything. Everything is not Brahman. Brahman is everything. Why everything is not Brahman? Because if everything is Brahman, how can there be so many idiots in the world? It is not possible, isn't it? In them the Brahman is there, but it is not expressed properly. Therefore they are the lower level beings. You understand? In them the Brahman is so covered with so many sheaths of ignorance that this Brahman doesn't even express. Right? But everything is, Brahman is an incorrect statement. Brahman is in everything is the correct statement. Brahman is everything. Why? How do we understand that? How do we understand that? If I ask you what is this, what do you say? Come on, wake up. What is this? Ring, yes. What is this? Yeah. Okay, chain. No, necklace is what girls wear. Okay. This is chain. Okay. What is this again? But what's the fundamental thing? Nobody said gold so far. Everything is gold, yeah, but you're calling it by the name it is given to it, isn't it? Isn't it? So gold, is there gold in everything? Yes. Therefore, from the gold came every one of this stuff, isn't it? Without the gold, there is not everything common to the ring, the chain, and everything is the gold. So what is this? This consciousness is Purusha. The gold is Purusha. The ring is a name given to it and a form it has. The chain is a name and a form to that. That is a bangle is the same thing. It is the name and the form given to that. So everything that is taking the form and a name has actually is misconceived by us, and we say, oh, very beautiful, that is a ring, that is a necklace. Nobody says that is gold. You are only calling it by the name it is given to it. You are not calling it by its actual substance it is made of. So if the substance is the gold, everything that is taking the name and the form is simply a name and a form given to it. Huh? You understand? You understand the concept? So therefore gold is equal to Purusha. All the rest of the stuff are the materialization of the gold into different names and different forms. So when we are talking about this Purusha, what is this Purusha? The Purusha is the supreme consciousness. From the consciousness came everything. The matter came, the energy, everything is associated with this consciousness. This consciousness is fundamentally expressed as two energies. Only two energy. Consciousness is one energy, one supreme energy. From this, there are two different energies that have come. One energy is the potential energy, and the second is the kinetic energy. Potential energy and kinetic energy, physics, right? Hello. This is physics class now, all of a sudden. Quantum physics and what different types of energies. Energy is indestructible. Energy is energy. Only thing that you can do to energy is change one energy into another energy. You cannot destroy the energy. Hello, right? So far so good? So therefore, if consciousness is Purusha, the Purusha now expresses itself, or the consciousness expresses itself as two different forms of energy, potential energy and kinetic energy. The potential energy is referred to as Shiva, the kinetic energy is referred to as Shakti. The divine energy, the combination, the Shiva Shakti Swarupa, that's only one. It's not many. So far so good? It's so simple. But we made it so complex. When potential energy means something that is latent. Stone, metal, potential energy. There is energy in it. But when you take, and now it is given the kinetic energy, then it expresses itself as something that has a conscience associated with it. Therefore, Shakti is the one that takes potential energy, and these two are intermixable. They are always changing from one to another. What is flowering has to wither. What is born has to die. What is died has to come back as form. And this cycle of conversion of the merge and emerge is constantly going on in the universe. And this constant intermix of the potential kinetic energy, this is the whole game of the divine consciousness, nothing else. You cannot be thinking that if the flower is there, it will be like that forever. It will wither and it will fall. It will die. Then what happens? Everything that is now, we are all the kinetic beings in which all the potential energy has become expressed. The five elements of the nature have come together and expressed in ourselves. So the five elements of the nature have to go back to the five elements of the nature. Absolutely, that cycle cannot be disturbed. The cycle always have to continue. And how does that happen? When your body, if it is dead, you take it to a burial ground, bury it or put it in fire, the fire aspect of it merges into fire, the earth aspect of it merges into earth, the prana has merged into the wind, and all the space created within your body has become one with the space. So this cycle of coming and going, merging and emerging, merge and emerge, merge and emerge. What is the difference? No adults, only Nitin. Merge and emerge. What is the difference? What's the difference between merge and emerge? Emerge is when something is a what?
Comes out of something.
Okay, emerge is something that comes out of something, merge is something that is going and emerging. Yeah? What did you say? Okay. What's the difference between merge and emerge? What's the difference? E. Yeah, that's the fundamental one. What's the difference between merge and emerge? E. And what is that E? E is equal to energy. Merge, emerge is associated with only one letter, and that E is energy. And this energy, the conscience that is now fundamentally expressing itself as energy, that consciousness, the divine consciousness, is called Purusha. So Purusha is the definition of divine consciousness. Now what is this Purusha? Now we just said Sahasra Sirsha Purushaha. Sahasra Sirsha Purushaha. Now the Purusha is the gold. The gold has become into so many different little things. A chain, a necklace, a bangle, all kinds of things. So Purusha has expressed itself in many names and in many forms. The divine consciousness has expressed itself in many names and many forms. Sahasra Sirsha, million heads. Sahasrakshaha, million eyes. Sahasrapat, million limbs. Now you see, when you understood the concept of gold converted into ornaments, automatically we understood how the Purusha has become the meaning. Sahasra Sirsha Purushaha. Sahasrakshaha, Sahasra Sirsha, Sirsha means heads. Sahasra Sirsha Purushaha. Sahasrakshaha means million eyes. Sahasrapat, million limbs. Sabhumim Vishwato Vrittva. Now he is now pervading. Sabhumim, he has occupied this divine. When I say he, it's the consciousness. Don't take it, it's not a, Purusha is not a male reference word. In the context of language, you refer it as he, but it is actually, consciousness is gender neutral. So because I am a male, I am referring it to a male. If I am an elephant, I will be calling it that elephant. If you are a mosquito, supreme being is a supreme mosquito. You understand? So everybody has their own supreme being. Because I am a male, I am calling it male. He, I am referring it as he. For sake of simplicity. But don't take that literally. It's only a referral point to that. Divine consciousness expressed itself with million limbs, with million eyes, with million heads. And this divine consciousness is occupying Sabhumim Vishwataha Avritta. All the entire universe, it is this divine consciousness is occupying. Now here is the incredible thing. The next sentence is Atyatishtat Dashangulam. That means that entire divine consciousness is in the space of 10 fingers. Dasha Angulam. Angulam means finger. Dasha Angulam means 10 fingers. Now he's saying infinite consciousness expressed as million heads, million eyes, million limbs. The one that is occupying the entire earth and the entire universe is all present in the space of exactly 10 fingers. Now does that make any sense? It didn't make any sense to me when we were taking, this was long time ago when Purusha Suktam I taught almost 8 years ago. We were studying in Fremont at Sai Center. And what's the Pleasanton Sai Center. So what I was referring to was, then when I read this mantra, I said, how come? Come on, how can that infinite be present only in the space of 10 fingers? How is that possible? When you have a doubt, who do you ask? No, Google. You ask Google, and Google had no answer about that. Google had absolutely no answer about that. I was wondering, okay, no point in searching Google. Who do you go to ask, Nitin? Zenna. Swami, yes. You have to ask the guy from whom everything came, right? And I asked Swami, what is this? All this infinite consciousness occupied in the space of 10 fingers. And Swami was, as his incredible style, he said, if you go onto the top of a beautiful mountain, there's an incredible panoramic view. You see an infinite view of the whole thing in front of you on the summit, from the summit of a mountain. And now you take your camera at the Kodak camera or whatever, and now you point it, panoramic view, you click, the whole thing comes in the space of a few pixels. How is it possible? He asked the question. Isn't it? Right? The entire beautiful mountain, you take a picture, it is now embedded in the space of the pixels. And that's what is now the picture is, right? And then similarly Swami said, that entire divine consciousness is present within you in the space of 10 fingers. And he put his hand like this, and then he put it like that. And then he said, that is the space in which now from the first finger should touch your navel cavity. And then put, now everybody try, yes. And then you can, there's no problem, you can try. Now you put the second hand like this. Then what happened? The space from the navel cavity to the bottom of the heart of the lotus for every individual is just a space of 10 fingers. And then Swami started chanting, Padma Koshak Pratikashagum Hridayanchapyadho Mukham Adho Nishtyavitastyante Nabhyam Uparitishthati Jwalamala Kulam Bhati Vishwashyayatanam Mahat. Then he said, look at that mantra, it's giving the entire secret of how the infinite consciousness is embedded just within you. And that is Padma Kosha, the heart of the lotus. Hridayanchapyadhomukam, right below your heart, Nabhyam Uparitishthati, and it is on the top of your navel cavity. And now you put your hand like this, then you will go, you can try it every day. This is what Buddha actually realized as Om Mani Padme Hum. And from the bottom of his heart, he realized the entire universe is present within us. Now where are we searching this divine consciousness? We are going searching everywhere, in a temple, in a synagogue, in a church, in a mosque, and all different crazy places, and maybe not even searching, suffering from happiness, looking at TV all day long. That's also okay. But yet what is happening is, this entire consciousness is embedded, manifested within us. Atyatishtat dashamulam. How beautiful that is. That's what one should meditate upon. That this divine consciousness is within me, and that divine consciousness is what? Is the infinite consciousness that is all pervading. Now, chant the mantra.
Om Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishvato Vritva Atyatishtat Dashambulam.
2 times,
Om Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishvato Vritva Atyatishtat Dashambulam.
Purushaye Vedagum Sarvam.
Purushaye Vedagum Sarvam. Purushaye Vedagum Sarvam.
Listen to the scale. Not everybody is chanting on the scale. Purushaye Vedagum Sarvam.
यच्च भव्यम् यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम्
भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः
भूतामृतत्वस्य
I will split it. Bhuta amrutatvasyeşanah. That is the mantra. Okay. Then it became Bhutamrutatvasyeşanah. Bhutamrutatvasye Bhutamrutatva Sheshanah
शेषानः शेषानः
भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः
भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः
One more time. भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः
भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः
यदन्नेनातिरोहति
यदन्नेनातिरोहति यदन्नेनातिरोहति
पुरुष ये वेदगुं सर्वम्
पुरुष ये वेदगुं सर्वम् पुरुष ये वेदगुं सर्वम्
यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम्
यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम्
भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः
भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः
यदन्नेनातिरोहति
यदन्नेनातिरोहति यदन्नेनातिरोहति
पुरुष ये वेदगुं सर्वम् यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः यदन्नेनातिरोहति
पुरुष ये वेदगुं सर्वम् यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः यदन्नेनातिरोहति पुरुष ये वेदगुं सर्वम् यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् भूतामृतत्वस्येषानः यदन्नेनातिरोहति.
Now start from Om Sahasrashirsha and complete.
Om Sahasrashirsha Purushah Sahasrakshah Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Atyatishtat Dashangulam Purusha Ye Vedagum Sarvam Yadbhutam Yaccha Bhavyam Bhutamritatvasyeşanah Yadnenatirohati. Om Sahasrashirsha Purushah Sahasrakshah Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Atyatishtat Dashangulam Purusha Ye Vedagum Sarvam Yadbhutam Yaccha Bhavyam Bhutamritatvasyeşanah Yadannenatirohati. Bhavati.
So, like when you prepare a corporate presentation, many of the corporate executives won't have time to listen to your entire presentation. You first make a slide called executive summary. And these first few slokas are executive summary of everything. And same thing the rishis also followed. Because the people don't have patience to learn everything, right? Usually the first few slokas is everything. After that, you got the gist of it. And the rest is just the expansion of the whole thing. Now what I said, Atyatishtat Dashangulam, the whole universe or divine consciousness that is manifested within the space of 10 fingers, within just yourself. Now the next aspect of it is time aspect of it. The first is space, next is time. The whole universe is space and time, nothing else, right? Space and time. So Purusha Evedagum Sarvam. Hey, know that everything Sarvam. Know that Evedagum, what all you need to learn or know is that this divine consciousness is everything. That's what it is saying. Purusha Evedagum Sarvam. Everything is nothing but this divine consciousness, this divine energy. Purusha is equal to, what is the Purusha is equal to? Divine consciousness. That's the operating word. Yeah, you understand? Every time you hear the word Purusha, you have to substitute with divine consciousness. Divine consciousness is everything. And Yat Bhutam, the one that is here and now. Yat Bhutam, Bhuta is past. Whatever is the past, Yatcha Bhavyam, whatever you are relating to right now, even that is the divine consciousness only. The time aspect of it is divine consciousness. Yat Bhutam, Yatcha Bhavyam, Bhuta Amrutattvasya Shanha. By the way, if you are thinking that he is just the past and the present, right? Not just that. In addition to that, Bhuta means in addition to that, Amrutatva Ishanaha. This Ishana is the one who is actually Amrutatva, immortality. That means what? Beyond any time. Immortality is not time bound, right? So therefore, Yat Bhutam, whatever is the past, Yatcha Bhavyam, whatever you are relating to right now, and whatever you cannot even imagine in the context of time, which is immortality, all of them is this Ishana, is this divine consciousness. Yadannena tirohati. Now, Amrutatva is immortality. Annena means the one that is actually Jadatattva. Jadatattva means the one that is expressed. Okay? Anna means one that is expressed. Anna doesn't mean just food. For us it is Anna means food. Anna doesn't mean food. Anna means whatever is manifest. Yadannena tirohati means he is beyond all the ones that is expressed. When I say he, the divine consciousness is beyond what all is expressed. Atirohati means beyond everything. Yat, that is Annena Atirohati. It is even expressed beyond the aspect of what is manifest. Purusha Evedagum Sarvam. What all you need to know is that divine consciousness is everything. Sarvam, everything. Yat Bhutam, whatever you can relate to from the past. Yatcha Bhavyam, whatever you are relating to right now. And what is even beyond what you can relate to, which is immortality. And whatever you think. Now what? This is very, very important. There is a phenomenal spiritual message behind all of this that we need to connect to. The spiritual message is that we think, if we just think that God is this, God is that, God is that, then what happened? You limited God to what is only what you can see, what you can relate to. Even that we have a problem. But what the rishis are saying, this divine consciousness is beyond everything that is expressed in front of us. That means what? Incomprehensible. Incomprehensible in space, incomprehensible in time, but yet he is simply manifested only within space of 10 fingers. Yeah.
So you're saying that the divine principle is present in just 10 finger space.
Yeah.
This Swami's declaration. So when Swami says seek within, so does he refer to that?
Yes, that is the entire meditation is within us, not outside of us. When we connect to ourselves, we connect it to the whole. This is like about that Avatar movie, Avatar movie. What all you need to do is to connect. We have to collectively connect and individually connect. Vyashti, Samashti, Srushti, Parameshti. Vyashti, individual connectiveness. Samashti, collective consciousness. Srushti, creation consciousness. Parameshti is the supreme consciousness. So this consciousness is now expressed in many different ways. Individual consciousness. First you have to connect the consciousness within us. And that is the same as, so for example, if you go to the blacksmith, you will be telling, make a bangle for me. But what's the blacksmith telling you? How much gold you have. You keep talking for the ornament you want to make. He keeps talking in the context of how much gold he needs. Right? You understand? So we keep talking about the name and the form that we are associated with. But the divine doesn't connect to that. For him the consciousness is one. It's gold. So he is not worried about what your name, what your form is. For him everything is himself. Everything is the same manifested. And therefore what happens? He will simply love. When he loves you, he is loving himself. You understand? That's why God is calling everybody Bangaru. You understand the context of the why I am referring to gold, gold, gold is because he refers everybody as gold. Because we are the ornaments of the gold. He doesn't look at us for anything like a sinner. This fellow is a sinner. This fellow is going to hell. Nothing like that. Bhagavan never referred to anybody in any discourse as any sinner. He always said Prematma Swarupulara, embodiments of divine love, embodiments of divinity itself, embodiment of the divine Atma. He never said, what does that embodiment mean? We in our body is embedded the divine principle. We cannot see it, but he actually sees it. Why? Because that divine principle is from where everything came out. Now that divine consciousness is within us in the space of 10 fingers. But now what we do, we want to go look for him here and there like a crazy fellow. Forgetting, like Uyalla Pillanu Pettukoni Uranta Vethikinattu. There is a saying in Telugu. The baby is in the cradle. The fellow is looking for the baby everywhere else. Like you put the glasses here and the guy was looking, where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? They're right on your head. Does it happen to your mom? Yeah? No. So what we are forgetting the principle is that divine consciousness, Purushaye Vedagum Sarvam, that's all you need to know. The divine consciousness is what all you need to know. Know that by knowing which you shall know everything. That is what is need to be known. But what we want to know is all different other kinds of questions. Who are you? What's your name? Where did you come from? Where do you live? How many houses you have? How many saris you have? How much gold you have? What kind of stocks and bonds do you carry? What? All these questions about others. Swami says very beautifully, you never are asking, who am I? What's the intent of my creation? Where did I come from? Where am I going? What is the purpose of this life? When you start asking that I, who am I, that I am question, then you are connecting inside. That's what Buddha did. We are seeing the suffering of so many people. The difference between the enlightened one and the ordinary people is, when he saw the suffering, he stopped and he asked the question, why do we suffer? Why do we suffer? Our job is to feed the people that are really fed up. That's what we are trying to do. I'm not mocking the service, okay? But Buddha asked the question, why are people even suffering? Why do they need to suffer? What's the bottom line of suffering? And then he went and he meditated. And the enlightened one, the Siddhartha, when he started meditating, he could see that the suffering comes from what? Desire. There you go. Purushaye Vedagam Sarvam Yat Bhutam Yatcha Bhavyam Bhuta Amrutatvasya Ishanaha Yat Annena Tirohati. See, now I am talking like language. The mantra is exactly what it is. It's like a language. You are now communicating this in the context of the divine principle expression. Is the first one is space, 10 finger space. The next one is beyond the time. And the time is the supreme concept of time is immortality. So if he is the Lord of immortality, from whom even immortality came into existence, that means what? That's beyond simple comprehension of the intellect and the mind, right? Understand? Hera, are you understanding or what is happening here? Huh? Okay, let's chant Purusha ye Vedagum
Sarvam Yadbhutam Yaccha Bhavyam Udamritatvasyeeshanaha Yadannena Tirohati. Purusha ye Vedagum Sarvam Yadbhutam Yaccha Bhavyam Udamritatvasyeeshanaha Yadannena Tirohati.
Yetavanasya mahima
Yetavanasya mahima Yetavanasya mahima
Atho jyayagascha purushakha
Ato jayaguscha purushaha Ato jayaguscha purushaha
Yetavanasya mahima
Yetavanasya mahima Yetavanasya mahima
Ato jyayagascha purushaha
Ato jayaguscha purushaha Ato jayaguscha purushaha Padosya Vishwabhutani Please not down. Vishwa, not Vishwa. No, V is flat. Vishwabhutani Tripadasya Amritam Divi. When you join the two, Tripadasya Amritam Divi. Tripadasya Amritam Divi. Tripadasya Amritam Divi.
Padosya Vishwabhutani
Padosya Vishwabhutani Padosya Vishwabhutani
Tripadasya Amritam Divi.
Tripadasya Amritam Divi. Tripadasya Amritam Divi.
Yetavanasya mahima
Yetavanasya mahima Yetavanasya mahima
Atho jyayagascha purushakha
Ato jayaguscha purushaha Ato jayaguscha purushaha Padosya Vishwabhutani Padosya Vishwabhutani
दिवि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि.
It's like a chi. How it is flowing, the mantra is like the flow of the energy, the chi, all the mantra is like flows like that. Etavan asya mahima. All of this that we are seeing, etavan, all this, asya mahima, is his grace. Everything that is manifested is his grace. Out of his grace, everything is manifested. Now when I say his, from the divine consciousness, it's because of the grace of the divine consciousness, everything is manifested. There is only one thing to be connected to, it is divine consciousness. And from the divine consciousness, you can choose to make anything and everything you want. Just like you can choose to make, whether it is a nose ring, whether it is earrings, whether it is ring, a necklace, whatever it is, from that you can decide to make anything that you want. What is manifested is in fact is his grace. Out of the grace of the divine consciousness, if nothing needs to be manifested, then what happens is everything is completely dormant. You can keep this beautiful 24 karat gold, the block of gold, put it in your safe. Is that an enjoyable thing? Will you call somebody, let me show you my block of gold in my safe? And the people say, what crazy guy. But you say, look at my ring, how beautiful that is. Why do you show the ring? Because by making the ring from the gold, the ring is the thing of beauty, is a joy forever. Who said that? The famous poet said that. So, in creating this out of his grace, then what he has done, he has created this beautiful universe of different things, so that you are able to connect to the divine play in this beautiful consciousness. Etavan asya mahima, but it is chanted as etava nasya mahima. There is a lighter nasyam. In India they do the snuffing. So one time when Pandit was doing this, I asked him, sir, why are you doing this? It's not good for your lungs. And he said, oh, even in Purusha Suktam they said etava nasya mahima. It is the grace of the nasya. So it is not nasya mahima. Etavan asya mahima. Etavan asya mahima.
Etavan asya mahima. Etavan asya mahima.
Then ato jayagascha purushaha. Now ato jayagascha purusha means, but however, everything that you are seeing coming and going is coming from him and going into him. Ato jayagascha purushaha. That means what? When you get tired of your mother's bangle and you want to, now today is all about somehow the bangle business. I don't know why Swamis make me talk about gold all the time. But the point is, if your mother had a beautiful bangle that was 50, 60 years old, and the fashion has changed, now that bangle looks really odd to wear for a woman, what does she do? She'll take that mother's bangle and say, oh, blacksmith, come on, goldsmith, please convert it into the latest fashion what Aishwarya Rai wears. So what happened? What has come from has gone back and then come back again. Ato jayagascha purusha. Divine consciousness, ja and gat. Ja means come, gat means go. Jagat means the one that comes and goes. That is Jagat. That is what it is, Jagat. So Jagat is once that comes and goes. Where is it coming from? As I said, merge and emerge. That is Linga. The definition of Linga is exactly that. Liyate, gamayate, iti lingaha. Liyate, the one that is merging. Gamayate, the one that is emerging. This is the Linga. Linga doesn't mean some oval thing. And now we all worship what? It's a symbol of the entire cosmic consciousness in evolve, resolve, dissolve. Okay? Evolve, resolve, dissolve. Ato jayagascha purushaha. So the evolution, resolution, dissolution. Evolution means the bangle is coming. Resolve means it has now resolved into a beautiful shape, a beautiful form. Dissolve means when you get tired of it, you take it, dissolve it, and you make it into a necklace. You understand? The gold has not changed, the substance has not changed. What has changed is its name and the form. Ato, ataha, however, Jayagischa Purushaha, all the divine consciousness is the one that is coming and going. Is this very heavy for you guys? Huh? So far so good. I know you are all connecting better than the adults because they are already made of very thick ornaments that cannot be converted back into gold. Because for us to lose the identity associated with that is very, very difficult. It's impossible to lose that identity. Identity, I am Niranjan Pillai, the tiger from Sri Lanka. And then that is very difficult to get rid of. Oh, I am American. Oh, I am this. I am that. What is this identity? All the name, the shape, the color, the form, everything that we are associated with. Then what happens is, if you are attached to it, then it is very difficult to lose that. But you should be connected to it. So be connected to Sri Lanka. No problem. Okay?
Detached.
So, Ato Jayagischa Purushaha Padosya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasya Amrutan Divi. Oh my God, this is a phenomenal statement. Padosya Vishwa Bhutani. From this divine consciousness, Pada means only 1/4. From 1/4 of this divine consciousness, if you imagine the pie, divine consciousness is a full pie, 1/4 of it, only 25% of that pie, from the 25% came Vishwa Bhutani. Vishwa, the entire universe, Bhuta, all the beings came only from 25% of that pie. What happened? Tripad Asya Amrutan Divi. 75% of this pie is still to be manifested, and it is immortal and somewhere else. It's beyond me. See how beautifully they are describing this divine consciousness. Right? You can take your block of gold, 24 grams, and then you say, please use only 1/4 of it. What is 1/4 of 24? Quick. 6. Yeah, very good. So only use 6 grams to make the necklace. The rest of it, I will keep it in my safe. You understand? Balanced investment. Okay? So if God's consciousness, only out of 25% of that consciousness, the entire universe and all the beings came into existence, and 3/4 of it is still immortal and it is unmanifested. Now, can you comprehend what we are talking about, this divine consciousness? Impossible to even comprehend. To comprehend the universe, one lifetime is not enough. Impossible for us to comprehend and appreciate the divine consciousness that is manifested. How can we even talk? So therefore Bhagavan said, what did he say in the discourse? He said, the entire humanity put together, from the past, present and future, collectively, if you try to contemplate on my divinity, even then they cannot understand me. Where is the statement coming? Only 1/4 is what you are talking about, the humanity and the entire universe. How can 1/4 comprehend the rest of the 3/4? Impossible. That's where the divine consciousness is coming into picture. Now you understand the mantra. Now when you chant the mantra, now you really understand what the divine consciousness is. And these mantras are not simply somebody sitting and writing. They are experiencing this. These rishis have experiencing this, and the mantras came out in that experiential reverence. They did not sit down and write, today let me try to write a book called the Divine Consciousness. And you write the book Divine Consciousness, it is totally meaningless. It's meaningful only to you, because it is still 3/4 is not even touched. Probably you haven't even touched 1/4 of the 1/4. Not even an angstrom unit of an ocean of divine consciousness. What is an angstrom unit? 10 to the power of minus 8 centimeters. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay. 10 to the power of minus 8 is angstrom unit. One fellow said, he called me when I was a student. One teacher said, hit me, and he said, "Hey Armstrong, how are you doing?" I hit him on the head and said, "Headstrong, I'm doing fine." So, what we are thinking about this headstrong, we can comprehend everything. Oh, we have gone to the moon, and somebody said that beautiful experience of the students. When the Swami was sitting, beautiful full moon. It was full moon the other day. And Swami just looked at, look at that beautiful moon. There are so many beautiful rivers and mountains and all that stuff. And one student was very honest. He said, "Excuse me, Swami, they didn't see any of that stuff. They went there and they found only rocks and stuff like that. There's nothing." "Oh, really? What they saw? How much time they were on that moon? How much time did they spend on the moon? Not even a few minutes. How can the fellow see the whole moon?" And then he did like this. The moon came into his hand. He called all the students. Everybody can look. Now you can see the moon. See what is inside. Everybody was seeing the moon and enjoying, very beautiful. And one fellow looked at the sky. There was no moon. Why? How can it be there? I said, "Hey fellow, I created that stuff. What you're looking there? It came from me."
He said, "I will that nobody would dare to look up."
So the point is, that is the beautiful thing about, when you have complete beautiful sunlight, will a fellow take a candle and try to read a book? It is full sunlight. Will anybody take a candle and try to read in the full sunlight? No. This is sunlight. You don't require any other candles. Sarva Devata Atita Swarupaya Namaha. All the divinities came from him. And even beyond what we cannot comprehend. But still, how ignorant the human being is, searching this way, searching that way, when the entire sunlight is right in front of us. The other day I was explaining to somebody how incredibly blessed we are to know Swami. And the reason why I say that is, there is not a single avatar that came in a human form at the cusp of a yuga. At the cusp of Kali Yuga, Swami came, and he had to accelerate the transformation. Still what we are thinking is, oh, is he really God? Oh, is he this? Is he, oh, what a beautiful miracle he did. What? If he doesn't do a miracle, it's a miracle. You understand? Him doing a miracle, we don't need to talk about it. Oh, still, he did this. Because this monkey mind, it wants to keep on hearing to this miracle after miracle after miracle. Oh, he cured. Oh, wow, he had cured your cancer. What? Curing a cancer is no big deal for him. He doesn't even have to cure. He said, cancel, it is gone. Right? But what's the purpose of this divine? Now, to comprehend at least a little bit of that incredible divinity and to understand that divine consciousness is within me. This is what Purusha Suktam is actually saying. Etavan asya mahima ato jayavischa purushaha padosya vishwabhutani tripadasya amrutan divi. Everything that is manifested is his grace. Etavan asya mahima ato jayavischa purusha. But if you are only connected to what is manifested around you and you get attached to it, remember, this flower that has now blossomed has to wither and fall off. So don't be attached to it, because what comes and goes also is him. Ato jayavischa purusha padosya vishwabhutani. Only 1/4 of it manifested into the universe and to the beings. Tripat asya amrutam divi. 3/4 of him is amrutam, immortal and above and beyond. It's above me, right? You say, what do you say that? It's above? Yeah, it's off my, I can't even get it. Like that's what we say. Amrutam divi means that I can't even get it. It's beyond me. Okay? Amrutam divi. Let's chant until here and we'll pause. Purushottam is going very fast. We'll be done in 2 weeks. Om Tachanjora
Purnimage Dhatum Yajnaya Dhatum Yajnapataye Daivi Swastirastunaha Swastirmanushebhyaha ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलं पुरुष एवेदगुं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यं पुरामृतत्वस्येशानः यदन्नेनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमा अतो जायागुश्च पूरुषः पादोऽस्य विश्वभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि.
Yeah, you chanted very beautifully except the last three lines, which is not comfortable. Confidently, you are not chanting that, but rest of it perfect. 97. Okay, 97. Atho jayagascha purushaha.
अतो जायागुश्च पुरुषः
Purushaha.
पुरुषः अतो जायागुश्च पुरुषः
Atho jayagascha purushaha.
अतो जायागुश्च पुरुषः अतो जायागुश्च पुरुषः
पादोऽस्य विश्वा भूतानि
पादोऽस्य विश्वभूतानि पादोऽस्य विश्वभूतानि
त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि
त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि
ॐ
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Yeah, Sairam.
One question.
Yeah, sure.
So mathematically, if it's infinite consciousness,
Yeah.
what is 1/4 of infinite? This is infinite.
Yeah. If it is infinite, there is no. But it's to give a context of proportion that they are saying. So infinity cannot be 100%, right? So 100% is more than infinity. 100% is much less than infinity. Infinity is beyond measure. But it's to give the context of what is manifest and actually, how do we actually know, right? How do we actually know 3/4 is not manifested? How do we comprehend that? If you go to Kailas, you will know. So try that.
For the person who wrote it probably he doesn't realize the thing, but he is not able to comprehend the thing.
Nobody wrote it.
Not perceived it.
No, but the point is, when you actually take, so Shirdi Baba explained this. How Shirdi Baba explained it is, Shirdi Baba used to go to a garden every day morning called Lendi Bagh, and then he used to take clay and he used to make pot, and then he'll go for a walk, come back and he'll pour water on it and it'll become clay again. And then he'll keep doing that. And then Nana Chandorkar asked him, Baba, what is this? If you made a pot, why don't you leave it alone? Why you come back and you pour water on it again? Make a cloth. And then Baba asked him the question, Nana, is the pot in the clay or is it the clay in the pot? Is the pot in the clay or the clay in the pot? Clay in the pot. What's the answer? Is the pot in the clay? Clay in the pot. So how it is understood is, now you take space. Space has no boundaries to it, it's infinite. Now you construct 4 walls around it. then what you call it? You call it a hall. But really, is this a hall? It is space. Right? So if you take the space and you put 4 walls around it and you call it, oh, this is my hall, but it's actually space. And in fact, it's so beautiful in this country, nothing is permanent, it's all wood. You can break and move the walls and it became another thing, right? And now in hotels they also put these partitions. In India, very difficult to do that. Once you construct a house, you are dead in that, born and dead in that. They won't even remodel it, right? It's solid concrete. So the concept of constructing a hall around the space is infinite, but now you called it in a limited space, now you call it a hall, etc. So that is the infinity that we're talking about. So if you keep sitting in this hall, like a mandukam, they call him mandukam is a frog. Kupastha mandukam, they refer to as the kupastha means a well. In a well, there is a frog. This frog is sitting in the well. You see, look at my beautiful universe. What a dirt is come all around me. This is the whole universe. And one fellow comes and says, hey, have you seen the ocean? Ocean? What are you talking about? This is beautiful ocean for me. Because the fellow never went out of that place, right? We are like that. We cannot comprehend what is beyond us. So the context of Tripadurthovadai Purushaha means there is much more beyond what we can even comprehend. What you are seeing is a very limited comprehension. That's what's the context of it, right? Understood? So what's the answer? Clay in the pot, pot in the clay? Yeah?
Pot.
But Baba said actually no, it's clay in the clay. It's clay in the clay. Pot is very temporary. Pot is coming and going. That's what is referred to in Vedanta as Ghatakasha, Mathakasha, Chidakasha, Hridakasha. Akasha means space. Mathakasha means what? Matha means just the place. Ghata means pot. There is Akasha in the pot. There is space in the pot. You put a pot in this hall, it has space in it. And you put the pot in a hall, both have space in it. Then you go beyond Sacramento boundaries, there is space there. Now you go beyond, you go beyond, you go beyond. Now how can you even comprehend what is not manifested? Impossible, no. So Swami said very beautifully, if you feel very great that you are an elevated soul, think about who you are, how small the county in which you live in, how small the state in which you live in, how small the country in which you live in, how small the continent in which you live in, how small the earth on which you live in, how small the galaxy that you live in, how small the multitude of galaxies that you live in, how small the multitude of the multitude galaxies that you live in. We are living in one small galaxy of this whole universe. And still it is 1/4. That is the point. Om Sri Sai Ram. Om Shanti.